Hi guys, my name is Amanda. Welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here today. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 15 spring and Easter DIYs that I really hope you enjoy. So sit down, relax, and let's get right into the video. This first one is super easy and fun to make. And to begin, I'm using this small wood round. I like to get them in packs from Hobby Lobby, but Dollar Tree has one a very similar size. This bunny wreath rail from Dollar Tree and some scrapbook paper from Michael's. I'm going to begin by removing my bunny from that little rail at the bottom, just using an X-Acto knife at first, and then I decided to just come in with some scissors. I'm just trying to keep the shape of my bunny's foot and just remove that excess wood. When I was done, I did sand a little bit of the foot just to again keep the shape. Then I traced my wood round onto my scrapbook paper, cut that out, and applied it with Mod Podge. So I have a nice base to build my sign on. I just made sure to smooth that down really well. So here is what that will look like. Once that is done, I am going to take my bunny's butt and I'm going to give it a generous coat of Waverly plaster. I paint in the ears and the feet part with Waverly Ballet slipper, and then I glue my bunny's butt down to my sign. I take a pom-pom that comes in a pack from Dollar Tree and glue that where the tail is supposed to be, just carefully using hot glue. Now I'm just going to embellish the bottom of the sign a little bit with some eucalyptus that I had in my stash, just putting some sprigs of this greenery on either side, leaving a little space in the middle. You could do as much or as little as you like. I'm also going to do a few smaller pieces that I trimmed down up above the ear for a little bit of embellishment there. Now I have some teeny tiny little roses that I like to buy in a pick from Hobby Lobby. They are $2.99 for a pick of these, but you can get them 50% off every other week. I also add a little rose to the ear, and here is this cute and adorable sign. Oh, I do want to mention that I did outline the feet with a pencil just to keep the shape of them so that did not get lost. And I think this came out absolutely adorable. I hope that you like it too. So I'm going to show you how I made this adorable bunny platter using this large Dollar Tree platter and these Dollar Tree window clings. I've used these clings so many different ways on wood rounds and on pizza pans, but it works really well with this large plastic platter from Dollar Tree. I gave it 2 coats of Waverly plaster. I went around the rim with Waverly Ballet slipper, and then I added some of this disappearing glue stick to the back of my bunny and pressed her down in the middle of this platter. I also chose a couple of these beautiful watercolored eggs, one for either side, and a cute little floral arrangement, and also added some glue stick to the back of those. And then I'm going to be going around the outside rim of my platter with some Waverly Antique Wax. This is an optional step. I just think that it looks really pretty to age it up a little. I also go across the middle of the platter lightly as well, and you can wipe off any excess with a paper towel. I then am going to Mod Podge over this, and I like to use a waterproof Mod Podge for something like this, so you can wipe it with a damp rag if you need to, if it gets dirty, or dust it really well. But here's what it looks like. It is so pretty, so easy to make, and just a couple dollars using Dollar Tree items. So I hope that you like this DIY. Keep in mind Dollar Tree has tons of different window clings, so you could customize this. Here's an idea for some quick and easy risers that can hold all kinds of different things as decor. So I found these 2 plastic containers at Dollar Tree in the Easter section, and I'm going to give each side of them 3 coats of my Waverly Plaster chalk paint. So I paint the outside 3 coats and also the inside 3 coats, but if you wanted to just paint the outside and then leave the inside with the design, that would be cute as well, if that is the look that you are going for. But for me, I wanted to paint both sides. Now you can use a margarita glass or a Dollar Tree candle holder, whatever you like to raise this up. I painted this margarita glass with a couple of coats of Waverly Plaster chalk paint, sealed it with Mod Podge, and then used Gorilla Glue and hot glue alternated to glue this to the bottom of my riser. I also painted a Dollar Tree candlestick, as I wanted two different heights. The Dollar Tree candlestick was already white, but I wanted the look of the plastered chalk paint to make it match the top of this stand. So again, with the Gorilla Glue and hot glue alternated, and then attaching that right in the middle of the bottom of this plastic container. And then you're going to have a couple of super cute risers at different heights, which I think is really nice. Now, I wouldn't put any unwrapped food in here, but if you had wrapped goodies or items, you could totally place them in here, or you could place flowers, whatever you like. I did spray them with Mod Podge sealer so the paint would not scratch off. And here's what they look like with a little display idea for spring and Easter. This adorable little Dollar General bunny and some little flowers. So there's an easy idea for you. Here's an idea for a super quick and customizable sign, an adorable little bunny couple up against their garden fence. So I found these bunnies at a Dollar Tree, a female and a male bunny. And then I found these little garden fences. I am going to be adding some wood planks from Dollar Tree to the front of my fence pieces, but you can use jumbo popsicle sticks if you would like. Once my two signs are attached together, I'm going to give them a base coat of Waverly white chalk paint. I am then going to mix some white paint and some gray paint together to get this color that I like, but you can paint this fence whatever color you like. I'm going to use a ruler and a marker to get some straight lines for my planks. Once I have all of my planks in place, I'm going to use some white paint that I had left over on my brush to mute those lines so they are not so harsh. Once my fence is prepared, I'm going to turn my attention to preparing my bunnies. I'm starting with my female bunny, and I'm going to paint the inside of her ears where that glittery part is with some Waverly Ballet Slipper chalk paint, just to make it more of the color that I am looking for, but again, that's totally optional. Of course, I do that to my male as well, and I'm also doing it to their little noses, and also the one hand that the male has, I do that to his little paw. Now I'm going to position them down how I like them on top of this fence, so just kind of space them out, whatever you think looks nice. Now I'm grabbing some twine carrots from Dollar Tree, and I'm cutting off the green part. I'm going to glue this down over the carrot in my boy bunny's hand to make it more 3D. Then I'm going to take some of this greenery from Walmart, and I am going to place it on the bottom of my carrot, and I'm going to just add little pieces of this boxwood greenery until I like how it looks. I'm going to add a couple more carrots to the bottom of my sign. Of course, I'm going to use the boxwood greenery in place of the greenery that comes on the carrots. Now I have these little eggs from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to go ahead and paint them whatever color that I liked. I don't have the exact colors that I used, as I did do this last year, but I did the Pool by Waverly for blue, and I did the Ballet Slipper for pink. I do believe the other colors were by Folk Art, but you can paint these eggs whatever color you like. I glued them down, a couple on the bottom in different ways that I thought looked nice, and also filled my little girl's basket with some eggs as well, and I added a small twine bow underneath the eggs in her basket. The day that I was displaying this, my house was really dark because it was really rainy outside, so I'm sorry that I don't have perfect lighting, but I do hope that you can see how adorable this is and how easy it was to make. It would even be super cute on a covered porch. Okay, here is a super fun idea. So you're going to want to grab a wreath form from Dollar Tree. This one comes in a 2-pack, and I am just going to cover it up with this Dollar Tree ribbon. You can use ribbon, yarn, fabric, whatever you like. Then I found this egg garland from Dollar Tree. It's almost like an egg beaded garland, and it came tied together kind of like a necklace. So I just untied it and glued the eggs down around this covered wreath form until I reached the other end of my circle. I glued all the eggs down and then cut off the excess of twine. I'm going to repeat this on top of the wreath form again, easily just gluing gluing these eggs down until I reach the other end and then trimming off any excess. This is so fun and simple to do. Of course, if you wanted to paint your eggs, you could absolutely do that. I love the color of mine, so I did not. I also like the little speckles that come on them. Next, I'm going to take a Dollar Tree vase and I am going to take a wooden cutout from Dollar Tree and trace that wooden cutout onto some Dollar Tree vinyl. I'm going to cut that out and then I'm going to place that on top of my vase as a stencil. I'm going to give my vase 3 coats of Waverly Ballet Slipper chalk paint, and then I am going to remove that little vinyl stencil, revealing a cute little bunny cutout underneath. Now, if you're like me, you'll have a little bit of bleeding, but that is no issue at all. I just took a sharp tool and went around the outline of my bunny to clean up any mess. If you don't have a tool like this, you could also use a toothpick or anything that is sharp and it cleans up really easily. The good thing is that this paint scratches off really easily, but that can also be a bad thing if it's scratching off in areas that you do not want it to. So I do suggest giving your paint a good coat of Mod Podge when you are done getting it exactly the way that you want it, and then you will have this super cute vase that you can fill up with whatever you like. I filled mine up with carrots, but I think it will look super cute with jelly beans or anything Easter related. So here's what these two DIYs look like together. I really hope that you like this one. Okay, here is an idea. I found this cute bunny at Dollar Tree. It's kind of a whitewash color, and also this beautiful wall sticker from Dollar Tree that is double-sided. What we're going to do is remove the hanger from our bunny, and we are going to cover this bunny completely in this wall sticker. So I place the larger piece down on top of my bunny, and I'm just going to press it firmly, and then I'm just going to be cutting pieces of the other large piece to place them down. And I'm going to be putting the smaller pieces on there, so it's kind of like a little puzzle to see where I can get things to fit. Also, when I trim pieces off, I can use parts of those in other parts of the bunny. So as you can kind of see what I'm doing here, I am just pressing it down and then trimming off any excess. And then, like I said, some of these larger pieces that I am trimming off can be used on other parts of my bunny. But my goal is to cover this entire bunny in this beautiful stickers, and I'm not worried about making it 100% seamless, but I do my best to kind of make sure that everything blends together. And also, I'm not cutting super close to the bunny. I'm just doing the best I can because I know at the end when I am done, I'm going to go around this whole bunny with a sanding block, and I'm going to make sure that everything looks super nice and polished. So here is what I am doing. Here is what it looks like. I just think that this came out so pretty, and here I am with my Dollar Tree sanding sponge that I unfortunately can't find in my stores anymore. Now I have this little box insert from Dollar Tree. It comes in those wooden boxes, and I am going to glue it down with the cutout side inward. And I did paint this with Waverly plaster chalk paint, but that is optional. I went over the stickers on top of my bunny with some Mod Podge. I placed a last sticker on top of that little box and Mod Podged it down. Then I filled up my little box with some moss from Dollar Tree, and these little twine carrots are from Dollar Tree too. I believe they come 3 to a pack, so I'm just putting 3 on the inside of the box, and then I'm going to take a couple extra ones, break them off of their little picks that they come on, and glue them down toward the bottom of my bunny. I just think this is so beautiful. I absolutely love the soft colors, and this only cost us a couple of dollars to make, so I hope that you like this one as well. Here is a quick and easy idea that's also really fun. Grab a Dollar Tree trash can and some more of these egg garlands. I cut my trash can in half using these wire snippers and discarded the top half, although I did save it for another project. Then if you want to paint the bottom of your trash can, you can spray paint or you can use a paintbrush. I used Waverly Pool chalk paint to paint mine with 2 coats. And then I am simply going to untie these egg garlands, and I am going to wrap wrap it around the bottom of my trash can. You do want to figure out how long you need it and then glue down your end eggs so they're not sliding around on you. And then you'll just glue down each egg all the way around until you have a ring around your basket. So here I'm gluing back on that last egg, and I am just going to glue it down, and then I'm going to glue down each egg after that until I come all the way around. Once that is done, I will repeat the process until I get to the top of my little basket here. I believe I did 4 rows. We'll see if I'm correct here in a minute, but this is so easy, and I think it just looks so adorable, and there's so many different ways to style this. So here I'm gluing the eggs down and then just cutting off any excess twine. As you can see, you can actually use that twine to kind of hold it as you position it. With the top layer, as you can see here, I actually just tied it on, glued my eggs down, and then cut off my excess of twine. And in that little gap, I just filled it in with an extra egg. So probably watching me do this is easier than me trying to explain it, but I promise you this craft is so easy, and I love the colors. Of course, if you don't like the colors of these eggs, you could absolutely paint them. I just love them, and I love the speckled look on them as well. So here I'm cutting off the excess twine, and I'm just adding in that little extra egg, and here's what it looks like. I love the styling options as well. I'm going to be adding some different things, but before that, I did want to encourage you to bend down the top of your trash can using your wire snippers so no one gets stabbed or poked. But you can put greenery in here to make it look like a plant holder, or my favorite, you can put a little Dollar Tree bunny and a carrot and some more eggs in here, and I just think it is so cute. Okay guys, so once again, thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate you. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. If you do, hit that bell button so you're notified every time that I upload. Also, giving me a big thumbs up really helps me out here on YouTube. Thank you so much. Now here is an idea for you. Let's make an easy bunny wreath using this wreath form from the Dollar Tree. A Dollar Tree headband, some scrap fabric, and some florals. So I have this scrap fabric. You can use any fabric that you like, but what I am going to do is prepare my headband first. So I'm going to be gluing down this fabric that I roughly cut to size inside of these ears. I'm going to be using hot glue, but you can use anything you like, and your fabric does not have to be the perfect size, because once you get it in position, you can trim around, which is what I did. I just glued it down and then trimmed off any excess until that pink of my headband was covered up. Once your ears are prepared, I am then going to go ahead and cut my headband apart by cutting off the excess at either side. I did cut off that little tag, and also I cut the ears down between the middle so that I could position them how I want them on this wreath form. Hot glue does hold these ears pretty well, but optional if you wanted a little extra stability, you could use a pipe cleaner to wrap around and hold that on. Now I am going to take one of these little bunny ears from Dollar Tree and rip off the clip that comes on there. I'm going to glue it down in the front middle of my wreath like so, and then I'm just going to begin to decorate this. I've had these beautiful fluffy roses in my stash for quite a while. Most of them I purchased at Michael's a couple years ago on clearance, but some of the smaller ones are from Walmart, and you can even find some good deals at Hobby Lobby, 50% off, and even Dollar Tree. So just whatever florals you like. I'm going to be tucking some greenery in between my florals and also some boxwood greenery, just filling it out as much as you like. I really love the look of this floral headband, so I hope that you like this easy wreath. Let me know if you would consider recreating this one. And now moving on to the next one, where I share the super easy fence box or a planter. And taking this box from Dollar Tree and these large craft sticks from Walmart, you can get a huge pack for just under $3. I'm going to lay 5 craft sticks out on top of my box, and 1 popsicle stick, well, you'll need 2, but 1 wide from Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to be marking a point on this and just cutting it down so it has that point of a fence look. And you can use that one as a model for your other ones if you like, if you want them all the same. But I'm also trimming off that little rounded bottom there, and I'm just gluing 5 and then 1 popsicle stick width on my front and my back. But again, you'll need 2 popsicle sticks on either side, front and back, to fill up those little gaps. I'm putting these as close together as possible and using generous amount of hot glue. The hot glue works really well for this project. Now I'll be using 3 on either one of the smaller sides here. Again, I just take a craft stick that I have cut a point into and use that as a model for my other ones. Once my entire box is covered, and you will be using 16 craft sticks, I'm just going to take this little Dollar Tree carrot seed package and I'm just going to kind of rip it out so I have a little bit of a rough edge on the sides of the front, which I will be using a glue stick to apply to my box, which has been painted with 2 generous coats of Waverly plaster chalk paint. So once I get that all done, I'm going to take some antique wax on a paper towel and I'm going to very generously brush all over this box, front, back, and sides, and then I'm going to kind of go over it, kind of rubbing in or taking off any excess. You can do this as much or as little as you like. Now I'm going to take this bunny from Dollar Tree, and I had cut off its feet for some reason last year. Don't ask me why, but I decided, well, since he was already missing his feet, I would take his ears. And then I have this little bunny tail from the Dollar Tree. I remove the clip and I'm going to be gluing the ears to this. So my large bunny tail is going to actually be my body, and then I glue the ears to the back, and then I'm just taking this smaller Dollar Tree pom-pom that comes, I believe, 18 to a pack, and I'm just gluing that to the front to be my bunny's bottom. Now I'm going to fill my box with some brown paper bags and some reindeer moss. Position my cute little bunny in here how I like him, and then I'm just going to take some Dollar Tree carrots that come 6 to a pack, and I'm just going to kind of tuck them in there. I use 7, I believe, and here is this cute, adorable box that reminds me of a bunny sneaking into the garden to eat the carrots, and I really think it is so cute. Next up, I would like to share this adorable little bunny wreath. It was so easy to make, so I am going to begin by just drawing out some ears. I just kind of sketch them on this foam board. Again, if you want to be more precise, you can print out a little template and trace that if you like, but I didn't find it necessary. I just held my ears together and trimmed them so they were the same size. And then I'm going to wrap them in some of this rope from Dollar Tree. I just grabbed a rope strand and pulled it apart until I had one thinner piece. And I'm going to use my thinner piece to wrap around the ear. I'm just going to glue it down and wrap it all the way around. Now, I was only worried about having one pretty side, so when you're twisting this rope, I did make sure to twist it the opposite way so it opened up and it wasn't curled tightly, but I mainly focused, like I said, on having one side looking nice. I didn't worry so much about the back side as I knew it was not going to show. So you'll see here in a second more of what I mean. And then I'm going to take a wreath form from Dollar Tree. This is a small one that comes 2 to a pack, and I wrap that as well. Now, as you can see right here, I attach the ears to the head with hot glue. I do end up having to turn one of my ears here around. I did glue it backward. You do want to make sure that your pretty side is forward, but I then glued some popsicle sticks down on top of my ears to secure them. I also went around each ear and the wreath form with a piece of twine to make it even tighter. Now, this part might look a little bit ugly, but this is going to be the back, and once you flip it over, it's absolutely adorable, and any bit of twine will be covered up with whatever embellishments you put on this. So here's what we have, and I'm going to embellish it with these foam roses that are left over from that Valentine's Day. There's several different colors you could use, but you could really use any floral that you like. This just worked out well for me. Then I'm going to come in with some lamb's ear that you can find inexpensively at Walmart. I'm going to pick all my lamb's ear apart and then just glue each leaf down as I like it to make sure that this looks like a beautiful flowering headband. So I'm just gluing between each rose and also around and making this kind of droop down a little bit. I just thought that this came out really pretty. Of course, if you're more of a bow person, you could totally go for that. This is just an idea and you can do it however you like. So I do apologize for the lighting and picture quality in some of these DIYs. A lot of them are from even 2 years ago, and I didn't have the better lighting equipment that I have now, so please forgive that, but I hope you enjoy that DIY. And here is an idea. This cute and easy bunny that I attempted to give a ceramic look, but it's really just a craft bunny from Dollar Tree, which is a styrofoam. I'm going to give it a couple of coats of Waverly plaster chalk paint, allowing it to dry in between each coat. That's going to be the base of the look that I'm going for. And then I'm going to take a sheet of Dollar Tree transfers. They have all kinds of rub-on transfers, but this particular one is beautiful and it actually has all spring things on it. So what I am going to do is just cut it apart into different pieces. And then I am going to take my little Cricut tool and varnish on each piece separately to give the design to this bunny. Once I get that all done, I'm going to use a glossy Mod Podge to give it that shiny ceramic look. So this part is so fun. You can just randomly cut out little pieces of the transfer, and these transfer sheets kind of look small, but when you start cutting out pieces and placing them on, you really get a lot of bang for your buck. Well, your $1.25. And so this is such a cute deal, I think, because for just a couple of dollars, I really feel like this from a distance at least looks like a ceramic piece, and we all know that a ceramic bunny, especially one of this generous size, would be quite a few dollars in any kind of store. So anyway, I just cut the pieces apart. I'm just varnishing them on, and that's really all there is to that. You just want to hold down the place that you are rubbing on just to make sure that it firmly adheres, and if there's a part that doesn't, all you have to do is just hold it down and go over it again. This was so quick and easy, so I repeat this process until my entire bunny is covered the way that I like it. Just placing pieces down, rubbing them on. So here we go with that. Now again, even if you're not going for a ceramic or glass look, I do recommend Mod Podging over these transfers just so that they do not scratch off. So I do use a glossy Mod Podge for that shiny look, and here's what it looks like. So pretty, easy, and inexpensive. So you'll have to let me know what you think about this down below in the comments. Next, here's an idea of how I made over and customized this adorable little wooden birdhouse condo type thing from Michael's that I purchased on clearance for $3. I painted the house part with Waverly plaster as my base, and then I chose these different colors to customize it with. Of course, you could choose any colors that you like. I also took a piece of scrapbook paper that I felt complemented the paint colors that I was using, as I'm going to be using that on a part of my roof. Now to the different places of the house, I just painted my different colors. So I painted this light blue color on one of the roofs and also on the little perch in front of that particular roof. Then I went ahead and painted one of the roofs with this purple color. Depending on the color and the thickness, you may want to put 1 to 3 coats just to get the opaque look that you want. I painted the back with the pink and also the front of one of these houses with the pink as well. I also painted the little eave of that birdhouse with the same color. color. And to this particular roof, I'm going to be adding my scrapbook paper. Then I painted the other side of the house with this green and the front of my third house with the green. So you can really just play around with it. Then I took my scrapbook paper and I just formed it over the roof that I'm going to be placing it on, using my fingers to create a crease so I know exactly where to cut. I will then cover the roof and the scrapbook paper with this glue stick, and then I can adhere the two together. I just think that this scrapbook paper adds a really cute look to my birdhouse. Of course, it's totally optional and totally customizable. So I just firmly hold that in place, and this is what it looks like so far. I did paint my fence and the base of this entire project with this gray paint. Then I'm going to add some moss into that little garden area, and I'm also going to be adding some teeny tiny little carrots into that area as well. You can purchase these very inexpensively from Hobby Lobby, probably 50% off right now. I just add little dabs of glue, and then I place the carrots down into the moss so they look like they are popping out of the garden. I just thought that was really cute. I had these tiny little wooden bunny cutouts in my stash, so I painted them with Waverly plaster chalk paint and glued them to the fence along the garden, as I thought that that was super adorable. I think that for just a few dollars and adding my own personal touches, it was so fun to make, and I can't wait to make another one this year. Okay, another super quick and easy idea, something I always strive for in my videos. And so I grabbed a box of Dollar Tree's version of Jenga blocks. I also grabbed these little baskets from Hobby Lobby. They were 50% off, so very inexpensive. And these little wood shapes from Hobby Lobby, 50% off as well. But Dollar Tree carries similar shapes now. So with all of these items, I am going to go ahead and lay out my Jenga blocks. So I'm going to lay out 2 sets of 8, 1 set of 11, and 2 sets of 2. So my 2 sets of 2, I'm going to just glue side by side, and then my set of 11, I'm also going to glue side by side. For my 2 sets of 8, I am going to glue them 2 by 2, 4 rows of 2. Those are going to be the walls or the sides of my little tray here, and then these little pieces that are 2 glued together are going to be the ends or the sides, depending on how you're looking at this. But I'm going to be using a cement glue from Dollar Tree, which actually works out really, really well. I don't recommend using hot glue for this part because hot glue can cause your wood to gap and have some funny spaces. So here I am using the cement glue, and now I'm going to take my 2 sides, which are the 8, and I'm going to attach them on either side of those 11 laying down. Then I'm going to take the pieces of 2 and add some glue on either side in the bottom and just attach them like so. And then you're going to have a cute little box that can be decorated several different ways. And this cement glue works really well. Of course, I am not sponsored in any way, but when I find a product that works well, I like to tell you guys about it. Now, taking these little wood cutouts and just using some paint markers, I will say these little wood cutouts work really well, and now Dollar Tree carries several of them. But if you can't find them, if you get them at Hobby Lobby, 50% off, they're right around the same price. Then I'm going to take these cute little baskets from Hobby Lobby and some Dollar Tree moss, and I'm just going to fill each basket with some moss. I like to do this because it looks adorable, and also when it is filled up with moss, I don't have to use as much other product in there to make it look full and nice. Once I have my basket prepared, and I've also colored my little die cuts with my markers whatever way I like, I'm then going to fill up my little basket. I have these little carrots that you can get from Hobby Lobby very inexpensively if you get them 50% off, but you can put whatever you want in your basket. For my middle basket, I'm just going to take some lavender I had in my stash, and I'm just going to cut that down into teeny tiny little pieces so it fits nicely in my basket. But again, you can use whatever you like in there. Now I'm going to go back to my box, and I'm going to paint it with Waverly plaster chalk paint. I do 2 coats to make this look a opaque. One of my little guys is waving at you guys. Once that is done, I'm going to take my little wood cutouts and glue them down. And oh my gosh, sorry, my fingers are super painted. But I'm going to glue this little watering can that I painted blue or colored blue. And then these little purple butterflies on either side. Fun fact, purple is my very favorite color. So this was super cute to me, but again, so customizable. The sky is the limit. You could totally omit these little wooden cutouts if you didn't want them. You could put a word on the front or a phrase. So just customize this to your liking. And then I just went ahead and placed my little basket inside. If you do the box exactly the way that I did, these little baskets from Hobby Lobby fit inside perfectly. Of course, if you'd rather place something else inside, that would look cute as well. But here's what this looks like. Perfect for a tiered tray or a little vignette where you just want something cute and detailed to place there. So please let me know what you think about this one down below in the comment section. Okay, here's an idea for you, and I did this a couple years ago. There are a few things I would do differently, but I still think this is adorable. I used a wooden bunny butt from Dollar Tree and a Dollar Tree wreath form. I painted my bunny butt with Waverly plaster, and then I painted in the toes and the little pads of the foot with Waverly Ballet Slipper chalk paint. Now my wreath form is one size smaller than the extra large form, so I guess it's their large form. I can't remember the inches, but it works out perfectly with this bunny butt here. Now here's the part that I would have done differently. I decided to fill in the tail with some pom-poms from Dollar Tree. I really don't like the way that it looks looking back now a couple years ago. My style was different, styles change. I don't like the way these pom-poms look with the beautiful florals, but I mean, if you like that, that's a good idea. If not, you could use yarn or you could just paint in that tail, which is what I would probably do if I made this again. But I flipped this over and I secured the wreath form to the back of the bunny's butt just using a piece of tag that I cut off of a Dollar Tree bag to hold everything secure. I'm going to be covering the back of my wreath anyway with some brown craft paper, so I'm not really worried about this. Now flipping back over, I'm going to come in with some of those beautiful florals I mentioned. Now this is a hodgepodge of florals. Some are from Michael's on clearance, some are from Walmart, and some are from Dollar Tree. So the little pink roses are from Walmart, and the big fluffy, I think they're called cabbage roses, those are from Michael's on clearance. But Hobby Lobby is a great place to get florals as well. You can get them 50% off oftentimes. So I'm just figuring out how I want my florals, and I am gluing them straight down to this wreath form. As I said, the back of it's going to be covered, so I'm not really worried about any messy glue spots. So what I'm going to do though is I am going to leave a spot at the top side of my wreath where I do not put flowers because that's where my bow is going to be. Now I'm going to come in with some Dollar Tree eggs that come in a carton. I did just pick out the colors that I wanted, so this pretty purple and almost like a pinky color, this off-white, and this blue, and I'm just going to be tucking those between my florals. Now I see where I need more florals, so I can fill that in until this looks nice and full. Once that is done, I'm going to come in with some greenery. So I have some boxwood greenery from Walmart and then some assorted greenery from Dollar Tree, and I just cut it down into teeny tiny pieces, and I can glue each piece in between these flowers just to add a pop of color, and I just think it makes it look so beautiful and springy. And here is what that looks like. Now I'm just going to flip it over and cover the back with a piece of brown craft paper from Dollar Tree. This is optional, but I think it makes it look so much better, and that way none of these little floral stems will scratch your wall or door. Next, flipping over and adding a bow to the top to that space that I left, and you have an absolutely gorgeous wreath. I did go ahead and put an egg right in the middle of that bow, and of course I filled in the side where you could still see some wire there, but this is so easy and it was so fun to make. I really love how it came out. It's very customizable to your floral colors and your ribbon colors, whatever you like. You could even paint those eggs if you wanted to. So here is an idea. Of course, if I made this again, I would make sure my cute little toes were showing. Okay, here's an idea, and this is the last idea in our video today, but it is one of my favorites that I made a couple of years ago when I was just starting out. I grabbed a bunch of these foam dice from Dollar Tree that come 2 to a pack. I have Waverly Pool Chalk Paint, Waverly Valley Slipper, Waverly Maze, and Waverly Celery. I'm going to give these blocks 3 coats of paint. I did 4 pink, 4 green, 2 yellow, and 2 blue, I believe, but I just alternated these, and you can really do however you like with the colors. I just picked my favorite colors and did most of those. So I'm going to have 2 rows, and 1 row is going to have 5, and 1 row will have 6. I'm sorry if you can hear my bulldog snoring, but I am then going to glue my rows together using some hot glue and pressing them firmly together. Once they are in place, I'm going to take one of these little bunnies that come several to a pack from Dollar Tree. They're little foam bunnies, and I painted them with Waverly Plaster Chalk Paint, 2 coats. I'm going to put one there on that little ledge, and then I'm going to put one on top of each of my top blocks there. So I'll do another 5, and I just think that this was so cute. I am going to use my Cricut to print out Happy Easter, but you could use Dollar Tree stickers or ribbon transfers, however you like. A really cute and inexpensive DIY that I hope you enjoy. Once again, this one is so customizable to whatever colors you prefer. That is it for my video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, you are absolutely amazing. Please consider subscribing if you haven't, and also giving me a big thumbs up really helps me out here on YouTube. Take care, friends. I will see you soon.